Hey guys, Knives Galore here and welcome to the new video. This video won't really be about knives today, so if you're not interested, just click off it, I won't mind. But if you are interested, I'm going to be making some, I don't really know what they're called, they're like shadow lights, I guess. Something like that, a cool name. But yeah, I'll be making a few of those today, two to be precise, because Christmas is coming up and, well, if you label yourself a metalworker, you tend to get a lot of orders, orders from your family, which is wow fun. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go draw up some designs now, and if you're interested, keep watching the video. Okay, this is my makeshift design studio. You're not part of it. Yep, so you just need a few pieces of paper. I'm only going to be using one because my designs are only small, but it's good to have a few underneath just to smooth off some imperfections, say metal filings or anything like that. Just in the bench, just so it smooths it out. It's a lot nicer to work on. You're going to need a little pencil. I use screw fix ones just because they're tiny and you can steal them very easily. You're also going to need a pair of scissors. I'm just using some industrial ones that I had for some reason. Anyway, they're quite good. They're just for cutting the design out and then putting it on your metal. But before I do that, I'm going to do something to the metal and I'll show you that after. Yeah, so I'm just going to draw out some designs. I'm going to do this off camera because it's going to take me about 8 hours to decide on what to do, but I'll give it a go, bear with me, and hopefully they look good in the end. This is what they look like in the end. This one's okay, it fits on everything alright. This one I kind of went a bit wild on and wasn't really realistic, so I'm going to just shrink it down. It's going to be roughly the same design, just slightly smaller, so it will fit in the metal and it will actually work, which is, well, what I'm after. So yeah, I'm just going to cut them out now, and, well, I'm going to cut this one out and do this off camera again, and, yep, it should look good again. Right, so I decided against doing the tree one for a while, just going to leave it and get the first one done, take everything I learned from doing that and doing a few things wrong, then doing that one rather than doing both wrong at the same time. So, got my little design here. First thing I tried doing, gluing it down. Then drawing around it, covering all of it with a ball pen, and then covering it. Then when I went to soften it afterwards, it just burned it all off and it was rubbish. So that was bad. Let's not do that. So I'm just going to take a little scriber here, flatten it down and try and draw around it and see if that works. Oh yeah, this seems alright. That seems to work quite well, yeah. Right, do it on the nice side. Right, I think I'm gonna glue it down first. Let's try that. Put a bit of glue on. Not as much as last time though, because I put way too much glue on and nothing worked. Right. Now that that's happened, I might be able to draw around and everything will stay in the same place. Maybe, not sure yet. Hopefully though. So I'm just making these for the come up to Christmas. I've got a few relatives who want me to make them a few things out of metal. And of course, I have to oblige because otherwise I have to buy them Christmas presents and I have no money. So this works well enough. Okay, here comes the tricky part when I do the nut on this, on the acorn of the squirrel. Oh yeah, absolutely no definition, fantastic. Right. That's that done. Let's take that off. Oh, awesome. Torn the thing in half. Well done, mate. Anyway, that doesn't look too bad, actually. I don't know how well you can see that, but it doesn't look as bad as I was expecting it to be. It looks almost like I wanted it to, which is nice. So I'm going to get on the pillar drill now and just chain drill this out. Well, I say chain drill, I mean give it my best shot at chain drilling, because there's a lot of metal to chain drill out here, and I'm already looking forward to it. Anyway, I'm going to cut this little clip here just because, well, do you really want to see me chain drill? But, well, I'll show you, but I'll have to adjust the camera, and, you know, bad professionalism if you just shake the camera. So, anyway, I'll see you guys in a minute for the chain drilling. Okay, I'm just going to set my work up in this little hand vise I've got now. Right, where's my scribe lines? There they are. Just going to put it in, tighten it up in the hand vise. No need to clamp it down with any bolts or nuts to the base because I've got a lot of holes to drill, so I'm not going to bother. You won't get a little bit of lubricant. Just add that to your drilling surface. This just catches all the swarf, which is really nice, and so you don't get an absolutely massive spray of swarf everywhere, which you really don't want. And on my particular pillar drill, you've got a safety switch here. So if you pick the top up where all the fans are and things, it'll turn the pillar drill immediately off. So you've just got to make sure that's down. I was thinking about putting a bolt through this hole here, which will keep it down because I don't have to mess with it too much, because the speed is set for stainless steel always. So yeah, I'm just going to line it up, make sure it goes exactly where I want it to go. Although I can't really tell where I am at this point, but I think I'm on the wrong side, that's why. Hilarious. Right, here we go, that's more like it. Right, so I'm going to go right next to my practice hole. Well, not right next, I'm going to leave about 2 mil in between, which is what I want really. Right, line it a bit more. Lubricant's been added. Turn it on. Put a little bit of force on, not a lot though, because you will snap the drill bit, which is really bad. And there we go. Just go all the way down and then come back up. All this does is clear all the swarf from one side. Right, and you'll end up with a lot of these as well, just bits of swarf. These are incredibly sharp, so always wear gloves. If not, you probably should be wearing thicker gloves than this, but these are what I'm wearing just because I can operate the drill a lot easier and less chance of them getting caught in the spinning chuck, because these are really tight fitting. So I have assessed the risk, don't worry. But yeah, I'm just going to repeat that process. I'm going to add a bit more lubricant because a lot of it's been used up. Only problem with this particular lubricant is that it covers up my scribe lines, which is a bit annoying, but oh well, I'd rather have a lubricated drill than not see where I'm able to drilling, but you know, what can you do? Right, okay, perfect. Generally drilling a few holes. Chain drilling's really good because then you can just go round. Another thing you can do is get this thing called an abrafile, which is a hacksaw attachment. You drill one hole, you get an abrafile in there, and you can just file around as if you were sawing. But this is my preferred method because it involves one thing, and I don't have an abrafile. So that's that. That's just me showing you drilling. I'm not going to show you anymore because I've got about 60 holes to drill, and very boring. I know you guys don't want to see that. Anyway, I'm going to do this and then we can have a think about attaching it and then doing the next one. Although I'm not sure if I'll include the next one in the video or not, because, well, it's just going to be the same process repeated with a different design. Although I might do, just to give a variety and things. Yeah, so I'm just going to do that and then that's that really. Right guys, so this is how it looks now. It's just been chain drilled out and all. Looks alright in my opinion. I mean, could look a hell of a lot worse. I mean, now all I've just got to do is get a metal chisel or just any kind of chisel that isn't a wood chisel, like a brick chisel or something, or a bolster, and yep, just get it out using that and a hammer. So yep, I can hopefully pop that out quite nicely and everything will be alright afterwards. So Then I've just got to spend, 30 minutes filing, and that's that then. And then I've got to figure out how I'm going to attach it to this wood. Okay, instead of deciding to use the chisel or bolster hammer idea, I've realised I have got one needle file that will fit through the hole. So I'm going to do that instead, just because it's much easier. It's a lot safer, to be fair. I haven't got a piece of work running around the back of the vise or having to swing a hammer or anything. It's just filing. It's easy. So yeah, I'm just going to do that. Raise it on my vise a bit. Yep, you just put it in there. There we are. So as you can see now, I've got through a few there, just here, and I'm just going to do that all the way along, all the way around, up his arm, through around the acorn. Yeah, it should be fairly straightforward. I should be done in about 10 minutes. I mean, what more can you wish for? It's easy. Well guys, after about an hour of filing, I've finally got the rough shape out, and God, I mean, well, it's done anyway for now. I mean, I've got this roughly out, and all of this has roughly been done. It's all right looking. I'm just gonna get a file, roughly run around this with it, and then I think I'm done for the metalworking portion. Then all I have to do is work on the base and the holder for the candle, and then I can polish it and do all the nice easy things. That's what I'm looking forward to at this point. Right, I'm fed to the back teeth now doing this and filing, but it's done. I think it looks quite good. It's very... hold up against the light maybe. Yeah, scribble. Yeah, it looks good. No, now last thing I've got to do, find a bit of wood, make it look a bit nice, and glue it to this. Then we're done. Almost too good to be true. Anyway, I'm going to go find some wood. I'll see you guys in a minute. Got my piece of wood here. This is going to be my base, quite flaky from the saw, so I'm just going to take some 60 grit sandpaper, sand it off a bit. Going to move my tea first. Teas are important. Proven thing. If you don't have a tea, your life is significantly worse. So get a tea. Move it away from the thing you're sanding, because sawdust and tea do not taste nice. So anyway, I'm going to do that. I'm going to move up to probably 100, then 150, then 240. I'll probably only take it up to 240 just because of I don't have any sandpaper above 240, so I'm only going to be able to take it up to that. So yep, I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like after. Okay guys, this is what it looks like after gluing and everything. Well, it's not really gluing, it's more metal wood bonding agent. It's the equivalent of expanding foam, so it works quite well. The only problem I had was in the vise, when I put it in, if you can see that, it did dip slightly. So the metal is now slightly lower down than this, so that when I put it up straight, it will rock. So I'm just going to get my Dremel tool, add a sanding drum, sand all this down, which I was going to do anyway, because it looks really ugly. And I'm just going to take a bit off this as well, just to make it flush, and it will sit nicely on the ground and everything. And then all we have to do is sand it up, make it look a bit nice after the gluing and everything, and yeah, then add the candle and see if it works. So yeah, that'd be nice. Right, so I've got my gloves on, that's all done, got me safety goggles on as well. I'd also recommend taking anything that you're wearing off, so I'm going to take my watch off and roll my sleeves up slightly just so they don't get caught in this spinning chuck, because there's a lot of leeway in this, so you just got to be a little bit careful when it comes to it. So it's got 5 settings on here. It's got 1 to 5, 1 slowest, 5 fastest. For this, you don't want it to be going too slowly, otherwise it will rip more than cut. So I'm going to go for about 4 probably, so I'm just going to get straight in and do it. Right, now as you can see, the sanding drum started to go now. It's started to wear off, and it's basically like rubbing rubber on it at this point. So I'm going to have to change it over quickly and get a new one. I'm just going to continue doing that and sand the metal down slightly as well so that it's nice and flush with the base. And yeah, that's all I'm really going to do for this. And I'll probably show you a clip of me sanding it as well, and then what it finally looks like with a candle and everything. So yeah, I'll see you in a minute for that. And this is what it looks like all finished. I think it looks really sweet. It's a very nice present you can make, and you turn it round. You turn it round, and doesn't that look sweet? Yep, very happy with how it turned out. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that. And yep, if you like this video and you want to see more things like it, where I don't just make knives, I make other stuff out of metal, yeah, like and subscribe and let me know in the comments that you enjoyed this. So yeah, I'll see all you guys in the next video then. Another handy trick you can do just while you're chain drilling, you get all this swarf on the back, which really isn't too desirable. It's quite nasty to work with, and it'll unbalance your work when you put it back in the hand vise. So a good trick you can do, you get yourself a rubber mallet. You don't get yourself a steel mallet or anything, because that'll dent the steel and it'll look rubbish at the end. What you do, you just get it on the back of the vise. This vise is about 3 times as hard as this steel, so it's not going to do anything to the back of the vise. Very strong. And all you're going to do, you're going to put the swarf face down, and you're going to get your mallet and you're just going to hit it. Like how my camera shakes, very nice. You're only going to do that. Okay, fantastic. You're only going to do that a few times, just to flatten the swarf off a bit. And yep, that will just make it a lot easier to put back in your hand vise here and drill again. It's just a little handy trick I picked up. Yeah, so I'm nearly done at the moment. I've only got about 85 million more holes to drill. All in all, it's probably about 30 holes I've drilled so far. So the drill bit's holding up, still sharp. Pillar drill's alive still, hand vise, no dents in it. Doing well so far for myself, I think. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to go back to drilling and then figure out what I'm going to do next, I guess.